What is up, everybody? What is up? Wagme Capital here. We good day in SPY all around. Good for us, good for the markets. I tweeted out yesterday. We closed below this 431. If you look at the daily chart, it kind of looks like we're in like a downtrend. I'm sorry, the weekly chart, right? Like we had closed down here, and I'm like, okay, we're heading down. EMA clouds red, retrace down. 431 saved us, and like weird news yesterday or last Thursday and Friday, but it looks like we're kind of heading down. I was proven wrong. Markets rally today, basically an uptrend just all day. Good opportunities for us. So let's get into it. Open, I guess slight gap up, basically where we closed out on Tuesday. So again, same thing as what happened yesterday, right? So what was our first candle yesterday? Here is basically red. We have one big candle at the end, and then the cloud flips to green. So like it was red toward the end of yesterday. We opened with a green. It was red at the end of yesterday. We gap up, opens with green. So when that happens, I'm like, I'm not sold. Okay, so that means we had extended hours trading. So we close here, then we move up, and then in the morning, this is after hours yesterday afternoon, then we gap up this morning, and then kind of, this is what leads to the gap up when we open regular trading hours today. But I'm not sold when I say that. I'm like, okay, great. Some after hours, like who knows, maybe news came out, like you never know, but like I'm not like, hey, EMA clouds green, we gapped up, like here's an uptrend. I want to see a test. I want confirmation that, hey, this is an uptrend, and then we know what happens when we're an uptrend by these retracements. So this is test of the cloud. Cloud holds and confirms movement up. Right there, I'm like, okay. I'm still hesitant, but then this candle, okay, so let's say this, test of cloud holds, and then let's say this, I'm still hesitant, right? And then this, oopsies, really strong bullish candle. This confirms the move up. So cloud holds, I'm like, okay, that's good. But like, if we have another red candle, then we're closing below it. Like, it looks good in hindsight, right? But remember, in real time, you don't know what's happening over here. So we start green, then we go red. And I'm like, okay, cloud held here, but like, it looks like we're heading down. I'm like, are we going to bounce at 431? Like what's going to happen here? But once this pushes all the way back up and we close above our level, this is where we stop. We wicked up to here, we wicked above it, couldn't close above it, wick above it, got pushed down. Here we close above the level. It's really strong green candle, almost an outside candle. So now after this one, I'm like, okay. Here are the buyers, they step in. Here we go. Like, let's move. So that, let's just go. You guys who are familiar with the channel, you've been here a million times. What do we call this one? Retracement. Great entry. Right? Same thing here and here. You just literally copy and paste this. Okay, so this one actually though. So this one, be careful here. Okay. Be careful. Shooting star shape, check volume. Might be, might want to scale here or at least tighten up the stop loss. Okay, so why do I say that? Not all red and green candles are created equal. Okay, so this one, like, look, it's a red, but there's like more buying. So this is a volume chart. Green is buying, red is selling. There's more, like the green is more. And how is that? It's a red candle. We open here, we get all the way down to here, and then we push all the way back up. So like, it's a red candle, but like it's an inside candle, which means, it's not really of a strong red candle. There's a lot of buying volume here. So to me, I'm like, okay, this is a great buying up. Like this is you know, premiums are decaying. It's kind of moving sideways. It's an inside candle. It's red. It touched the EMA cloud. Like this is just great buying up. The same thing. Look at this, like split red and green, you know, it doesn't really move anywhere. Retracement right at our level. So let's add that. But right, so like this one, however, look at this. Like look how, right? Because it's the opposite of this. See how this is a hammer? We got all the way down to here, but climbed back up. We got all the way up to here and then climbed all the way down below where we closed. So when I see this, this could be a reversal candle for me. This one, I'm like, oh crap. Like, hey, are we rejecting this level? And here we go. Look at all these sellers. It's more volume than the last candle. Like, watch out. You know, this is be careful. I'm not like still a good retracement. Like we're still on the uptrend. There's no need to like sell and buy puts. I'm just like, you know, I might be exiting here or not entering on this. Like I'm just keeping a close eye. So then this, so inside candle means sideways movement. In other words, stops momentum, stops downward momentum of previous candle. Okay. So then this candle like kind of gives us, calms us down. This one, I'm like, oh shoot, are we heading down? This one's like, no, 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 like hold on, you know, kind of move sideways, a lot more buyers and sellers. And we're like, okay, it's back on. So again, let's just like, you know, we just tag all of these. Entry. Entry. And then here, you know, here we're thinking entry. Doesn't end up being a great entry, but remember, like you have the benefit of hindsight here. So then right here is where I'm kind of getting sketched out a little bit. So how can you tell momentum is kind of slowing? Of uptrend slowing. So let's see. One, you know, inside red candle 30 minutes ago tells us sideways movement, momentum beginning to slow. So on this candle, we're like, okay, it's beginning to slow, but you know, we're still looking to buy. Like that, I'm not seeing this and be like, hey, it's over. So what else? Two, green candle right before is weak, shooting star-ish pattern. Then this, you know, three, this, another red candle, have moved sideways for an hour. Okay, so basically what I'm saying here is we're moving up. This is strong, retrace, whoa. Okay, all good, moving sideways, boom, boom, like retrace up. Then we get here inside, we're like, okay, you know, maybe I'm expecting another red candle, then we buy, maybe you can buy on this. But look at this, like these four, candles right here. Like if these lined up to be an hour, this is like sideways, like we open here. So what does this open? 438.83, and this one closes 439.03. 20 cents in an hour we moved. So when this happens, I'm like, premiums are decaying. Like, oh my gosh, okay, like we're not really moving up. Like, no good. And then end of the day, it's just like a really funky pattern. So let's just do this. Now, you know what? Okay, here we go. Let's do this. So twice in a row, outside red tells me reversal, followed by an inside green that stops that momentum. So basically, you know, we see this outside red and we're like, okay, we're moving sideways. We're not really moving. Oh, here we go. Like sellers step in. We're heading down. But then just like here, right? We thought the same thing might happen here, but then this inside green's like, hey, move sideways. Like, okay, we're all good. Buyer step back in, nothing crazy. Same thing here. But then it happens again, and you're like, oh shoot, a lot of sellers stepping in. But then again, it's a sideways green, and you're just kind of like, okay, buyer stepped in, like we didn't like bottom didn't fall out. We're good. We're just kind of moving sideways. So I mean, look at this. Like in the whole afternoon, if we go to the hourly, like look at this. I mean, this one a bigger candle, but like we basically just moved sideways for a while. But yeah, that's like what I was seeing today. It was I mean, first time in a while I remember there just being an uptrend day where we're taking the retracements on the moves down, as opposed to like normally we've been in a downtrend pattern most of the time. Like SPY has just been moving it down. But obviously if I could have my pick, we'd have these days all the time. Like personally, from a day trader perspective, doesn't matter up or down. We're taking calls and puts. We play both sides. But in general, just for the state of the economy, the stock market, anyone, including my long-term portfolio, you're obviously going to want the S&P to increase in value and price. So this was kind of nice to see. And again, funny that yesterday I tweeted out like, hey, are we heading down? Like, I think we closed below 431. We're on a downtrend. What do we think is going to happen? And then we just like ripped up almost 2% on the day. So really good day for SPY, and hopefully a good day trading for you guys as well. So let's get into quickly charting for tomorrow. Sorry if you guys can hear my dog. I got to feed her right after this. She's on my lap and she is hungry. Okay, let's see. So, obvious one, we want the top here. So what do we think? This will be 50. Can we get away with that? Yeah, about 50, right? I like the top here. Just gonna play out. No, that's a little too high. Okay, so I like this. It's kind of the top-ish here. And then we retrace and bounce off it here. Let's see, is this? Yeah. There's a little hesitation here, right? Like, I just like that level. Let's see if we get any confirmation back here. Not really, huh? That's okay. The more recent trading is just going to tell us a little more. Let's see. How about this level? I kind of like this level. Let's do this. Top here, bottom here. Okay, where are we closing? Maybe something like this. Do we have a similar level yesterday? Is this the close? No. Okay, yeah, we could hit this. We bounced off this today. Where else do we like? Let's have one, like more of a scaling target. There's the puppy. Oh, we'll feed you soon, pup. Okay, let's get a 435 marker in here. I just kind of like it bouncing off here. There's like a little bit of a bounce here. There's some hesitation here. Now let's see, we're gonna have to go back a little bit to get the upside. I mean, we haven't been just trading above these levels in quite a while. So remember, these orange lines are still good. These are daily levels. So I get those from the daily chart. I'm not updating those like on a day-to-day, but let's just get one more. Let's get this. I like this. It's the top here. It's the top here. And then we can just run into our daily levels. Let's get this one. Oh man, my puppy is climbing on the keyboard. Okay. So, right, like bottom here. Then once we cross it, it's the top. Okay, I like those levels. Actually, you know what? This is getting a little crowded down here. What was this level? Oh, it's the top here. Let's get rid of this one. Okay, I like this setup. Let's go with this tomorrow. But hey, this is just proof. Like, I thought I was looking at the daily chart. Like, I'm like, hey, we're trending down. Here we go. And then we just ride up. So you never know what's going to happen. Just keep an open mind. and trade both sides. That's the whole point of this day trading. Calls and puts doesn't matter. But let's get after it tomorrow.